Hello everyone, welcome back to another Pokemon Showdown beta with your host Eric, and I have another Pokemon battle with you guys, which is actually going to be with my brother. We are going to set up a monotype Pokemon battle, which is based off us both picking a Pokemon type out of a hat. So we've already done that, we've already picked the Pokemon. Each of us has no idea whose Pokemon type we picked. So that's what we're basing off mine. So mine's gonna be Tokus. It's gonna be flying types. So that's the one I picked out of the hat. So here's gonna be a brief explanation as to why I picked the team and their maybe one or two abilities. But if you want to check out more about their stats and stuff, I'm gonna leave that in the description below, and I'll do that with William's Pokemon as well. And then you guys can just check that out. So here we go. Tokus. Fairy type, Dazzling Gleam, or Sphere, Air Slash. Leftovers, really just to heal him up. Zatsu, I intentionally picked because of the ability Magic Bounce, so that'll reflect back any status moves. So yeah, basically picked the moves out of Smogon or Smogod. And then Gliscor, also picked it because of its flying attack. It's also, I'm basing a lot of these Pokemon that are fillers based on the show, so you know, Gliscor picked it. I used Smogon to adjust its stats, really just because it's a powerhouse. Talonflame I've seen before, a lot of people use because of its Gill Wing, which gives Brave Bird a priority, which is a tremendous stab, so that was intentional. And then the rest, you know, Smogon. Altario, Dragon type, Choice Specs, which will increase one of its moves. Nature Cure, which will allow it to cure itself from any status moves. And then Gyarados, I picked Dragon Dance, Waterfall, Bounce, Hidden Power, Moxie, Lumberry to cure its statuses. So yeah, I'm really expecting that there'll be a lot of status moves because we don't know each other's Pokemon, so I would assume that's how we would try to get some extra points out of each other's Pokemon. But yeah, this is my team. This is my team. With the help of Smogon, I did create it, so it's not like I just popped these out of my head. But now I'm going to give it to my brother. I'm going to call him in here, and I'm going to tell him to go around rundown of his Pokemon, and then we'll get started with the commentary.
Right, what's up, guys? It's William here. Just here with the random battle that me and my brother thought of. Monotypes, so my type was actually Ghost type, which was actually really surprising for me because I usually don't use a lot of Ghost type Pokemon. But I did have a lot of suggestions for one. So right here on the top, you can just see the 6 Pokemon that I picked: Aegislash, Gengar, Trevenant, Dusclops, Chandelure, and Jellicent. Now, out of most of these, I would have only picked Gengar for competitive because that's the one I use a lot, but, you know, I decided to, you know, venture out a bit. So I chose Aegislash because he's very bulky, and his ability Stance Change allows him to switch his defenses to his attacks, which makes him really powerful, so he can take one hit and then return an even bigger hit at the same time. Gengar, because he's really fast, and he's one of my favorite Pokemon. Trevenant was actually an interesting one that I chose this time, because I don't expect it to do a lot, but from what I read, it's actually a very bulky and very mischievous Pokemon. Its ability Harvest allows it to regenerate its items, so its Sitrus Berry will heal it, and it'll be able to regenerate over time. So basically it's just like a stalling wall that keeps regenerating itself over and over, hence the whole zombie tree thing here. Dusclops, one of my favorite bulkier types. He's actually a pre-evolution, so Eviolite boosts his defensive stats, which makes him really good, and a lot of status moves just to, you know, piss off my opponents and stuff. Chandelure, with monotypes, you have to have a lot of range of attacks, so I just decided to put a Ghost Fire on the team just to see what would happen. I gave it Energy Ball, Flamethrower, Shadow Ball, Hidden Power Fire, just for some type coverages here and there. And then Jellicent, because another bulky tank. This one's main purpose is just to stall out my opponent as much as I can, Recover just to regenerate its health, Leftovers to regenerate more, and Toxic and Scald for obvious reasons. That's about all I got to say, so I'll stop recording and I'll let my brother.
Alrighty, guys, we are back now with the recording commentary of the battle. William, are you excited?
Yeah, I can say I'm excited.
Alrighty, what are your thoughts before we start this?
There's I mean, there's not really anything to say. It's just that you just have to like see it to believe it.
All right. Well, I think it's gonna be a. I thought it was a pretty close match, so we're gonna try to talk as loud as we can so that the music doesn't overpower our voices, because sometimes it does that. So let's start now. All right. So you want to start off this commentary, William, with why you picked Gengar first?
Usually when you start a battle, you're supposed to start strong, but I saw that you had Talonflame, so I was expecting that Brave Bird. So I brought in Dusclops so he could absorb the attack.
So you know all about the Gale Wind and the priority move, Brave Bird?
Yeah, it's actually one of the Pokemon I hate least when I'm playing this kind of game because it's so cheap.
Yeah, I think that was cheap, but like, you know, I can't be I can't be thinking of your feelings. I want to win. So
As do I, so...
So here we go. Your famous Pain Split Dusclops. Do you want to explain all about that guy?
Well, Dusclops is actually a pre-evolution, so he's not at his fully evolved form, so he actually has Eviolite to increase his defenses. And because of that, I can't give him Leftovers, so Pain Split's a way so for him to regenerate that health back.
Wait, you can't give Leftovers to a young Pokemon?
Well, you could, but it's not recommended.
Oh, okay. So... I come out with a Gliscor thinking that if I boost up its Sword Dance enough that maybe I could take out the Dusclops with a one-hit KO, but this Dusclops is major wall.
Yep. And right there, the taunt ended, so I was able to do a Will-O-Wisp just to decrease your attack, hopefully, for the next...
That's actually a pretty smart move. I wish I would have kept the Talonflame so I could keep doing taunt, because I was not expecting that burn as part of your strategy.
It's just something I like to add on to just to chip away at my opponent's health.
Well, let me actually clarify. Like, I was expecting status moves, but I wasn't expecting them on Dusclops. I was definitely expecting those. I didn't put any status removal or healers on the Gliscor. So that was poor mistake on myself. So here we go, back to Talonflame and Dusclops. I'm thinking that maybe he's low enough now that I could just hit him with a one-hit KO.
But no, and this is where that Pain Split comes in.
Ugh, I absolutely hate Pain Split. Okay, so here we go. This is gonna be a weird strategy, but I'm thinking maybe if I can get my HP lower than Dusclops, then that I could have an actual chance of winning. So then he can't use Pain Split anymore. If you understand that, right?
Yeah, it makes sense, I guess, in a way. But I just don't know why you're protecting at this point. You could just attack.
I mean, I'm trying to stop the inevitable, Willie. Like, Dusclops is one of the strongest,
Well, he's a bulky defensive Pokemon.
Yeah, so that's... And this is supposed to be one of my strongest stab, like, one-hit KO Pokemon. So, this was a big blow to my whole team. So now I've lost 2 and you have 6, and so how does that make you feel?
I was feeling pretty confident at this point. You know, at this point, I knew Dusclops couldn't do anything, so I just let him die right there, hoping I could bring out something that could take it out.
And then here's your famous Trevenant strategy. Do you want to explain what you were going with that strategy?
Basically, what I wanted to do was set up the Leech Seed so that I could regenerate health, but...
Yeah, as you know, Xatu, I did explain this in the last episode, that Xatu does have Magical Bounce as his ability, and I didn't think you would remember that. So, you usually don't remember that Magical Bounce is on my Espeon or my Xatu. I think with Espeon you have remembered now.
Yeah, but I don't play enough Xatus to ever see it, but...
Yeah, Magical Bounce is one of my favorite ones. It's like, I don't know, for some strange reason I like Magical Bounce. I think it's funny, and I think it's like when you face other people, they're like, whoa, what? So yeah, I see you brought out Aegislash?
Which was actually a mistake on my part. I should have actually brought out Jellicent to absorb those fire-type moves. But I thought I could at least take out your Xatu and take out the Magic Bounce user at least.
Oh yeah, I was worried. You started to set up the times to attack, and we actually have played with Aegislash in the past, and I know if you do it to times 4, there's no way of stopping him. Every attack is a one-hit KO, and he'll just take what he wants.
Just like the Honey Badger.
So, yeah, I'm feeling less confident now with the Aegislash, but Altaria, I did put on a fire move, which I was not planning on putting originally because a lot of my other Pokemon had fire type moves. But it came in handy because I was able to take out your Aegislash.
It was actually a mistake on my part. I thought you were actually going to do some like defensive type move. So I actually predicted for like an attack, but that didn't work out. And then here's where Trevenant comes in.
Absolutely hate him.
It's not too bad. I set up Leech Seed so I can regenerate my health.
So I can't bring out well, actually, even if I brought Zapdos, it wouldn't have mattered because it's already set up. You can't bounce back what's already there. So
this is just the stalling technique at this point.
Do you want to explain a little bit more for people who don't understand?
For Trevenant's ability, he actually has Harvest, which allows him to regenerate the item that he uses. The item that I had on him was actually Sitrus Berry, which regenerates a fourth of his health back. So every time my health goes under 50%, Stratus Berry activates and actually heals a fourth of my health. And because of Harvest, I can actually keep using that over and over again.
Yeah, because I was a little confused, like, does he have an ability that allows him to heal, or do you have leftover? I didn't actually look at the chat or whatever until later, and then I saw you kept using a Sitrus Berry. But I actually was thinking halfway through this battle, if I had just had a flying type with the ability Pluck, I could just pluck that Sitrus Berry out of your hand. So what would that have done to your strategy had I had a Pluck ability? I mean, had a Pluck move.
Probably would have used Protect and got another one back.
Oh, really? So even if you take Pluck, it will still bring back your Sitrus Berry.
Well, that's the point of Harvest. But at this point, I'm baffled as to why I didn't get a Sitrus Berry back, even though after I don't know. This just puzzled me a lot.
Well, this is Toge's second Pokemon he's killed. He's finished off for other Pokemon, so Toge's is actually doing pretty good right now.
This is where I decide to bring out Jellicent, hoping I could at least stall it out a little. You know, just set up Toxic and then hopefully stop it from roosting itself back up to full health.
Isn't Poison also a weakness to Fairy types, I think?
Oh, the weakness doesn't really matter. What matters is that when a Pokemon's toxic, the longer it stays on the field, the more damage it takes consecutively.
Yeah, because, you know, Toge's out of nowhere becomes one of my strongest Pokemon in this battle, which I was not expecting at all. I was expecting that Talonflame to be a much more stab-type Pokemon or a sweeper Pokemon, but Toge's actually came out pretty well. He is a slower, though, in most cases, so that was...
I was actually surprised he didn't have Thunder Wave on it to do the Paraflinch.
I mean, I checked on Smogon, that was a possibility, but I think I ended up moving that for Roost, I think, so that I could heal it. But yeah, I was actually pretty surprised that I kept getting you that flinch.
I was hoping I could at least regenerate or use Recover at least once, but no. 4 times flinched.
That's luck. I'm actually a really lucky guy. They should just, you know... I'll just go on a battle with luck. That's all I need. I don't need skill. I don't need knowledge. I just need luck. So, yeah, Toge's out. The Toxic just basically took him out. I don't even know. Gyarados, why is he a flying type again?
It's just his typing.
I mean, he doesn't have wings, and I've never seen a Gyarados fly in the series.
I'm pretty sure he's based off some Japanese dragon or something.
Ah, I see.
But, I don't know, that's... The whole water flying typing is just strange to me.
Yeah, so... Your Chandelure is gone, so now it's basically a 1 versus 1 battle.
And this is where I bring out Gengar, who I brought out from the beginning of the battle.
Yeah, it all comes back in full circle, and then... I thought this was gonna work, like, because I thought Psychics, you know... Gengars will weak against Psychic, so yeah, I did not expect that quickly, that little points to be lost.
I was actually surprised that you had Hidden Power, because I was thinking, why Hidden Power? He could have easily just used Water.
Well, it wasn't requested by Smogon to use Hidden Power, it's just that I was thinking from previous battles that Ghost types take a lot of damage from Psychic moves, and this is the only Psychic move that I could think of to give Gyarados, but that's just poor placement of abilities on my part. So yeah, that's basically a Gengar won, you won. So how does that make you feel, William, that you won?
was really close. Was not expecting you to actually get this far. I was actually hoping for like a quicker victory.
Yeah, you were pretty cocky when we were battling. You're like, oh, it's over, I won. So, yeah, I may not have won, but I got him close, guys. So, that's pretty much all of this episode is going to have. Leave a like if you enjoyed this, and I will continue putting more Pokemon Showdown Beta videos on this channel. But, yeah, I think that's all I have to say. William, do you have anything else to say?
No, actually, I think that covered just about everything we have.
Alright, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time with another episode, and I hope you have an excellent day. So, see you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.